Because the word motherfucker is a noun. It describes a person, place, or thing.
It's the motherfucking pie. Crew members. What up? What's up? What's It's your boy, Beanie Man, aka Mr. Headquarters.
Mr. Headquarters taught me.
And to my right, my dog, straight out the 985, repping the 225, EJ, the motherfucking EJ.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What's good with your boss,
All right,
man? What's
man.
good with you?
What up, EJ? What up, man? We back at it, bro. This is motherfucking picks 2024. Damn, we getting old.
You tell him I'm getting old next month.
Humbra. Hitting the big 4-0 this year for myself. Shit. But yeah, man, motherfucking picks this year, man. We back at it. We back at it from the 504, man. The NFL season is here. The Saints is back. Football is back. College football has been back. Primarily, we're gonna be talking about NFL season. We picking the games for week 1. Welcome, motherfuckers. Welcome. You know, it's been a while. We've been away for a minute. It's been a while since we had a podcast. We had some time away. We had to take care of some things, but we back at it. Like I said, we're gonna also be on audio platforms for this season, moving forward for the podcast as well. So, EJ, tell the people what's out.
Nothing much, man. You know what it is, people. Easy the DJ of the motherfucking podcast, man. Got my boy, Mr. Headquarters, aka Boss Man, aka Mr. Beanie Man. We back at it with motherfucking picks. Sorry it took all so long for us to come back, but we just been grinding. That's all. Been taking care of some bills outside of taking good care of the bills of our podcast. Life be lifing. But we back at it. We're going to try to make sure we keep consistent and make sure we try to get y'all some good content for y'all to keep relevant. So just stay with us, man. Just stay with us. We on this way back here. So what you say, Beanie Man? Let's get into these motherfucking picks, man. You got the point spread up as you always do, like to bet. So let's go.
Hell yeah, you already know what it is. We gonna definitely be throwing up some picks this year. Also, by the way, we're gonna also be having a deeper perspective on the season coming up on another podcast we got coming up. I want to get into. We're gonna have the motherfucking Saints podcast that we're gonna have. That's gonna be mainly from an audio platform standpoint, but we also gonna be having some video. We're gonna be dropping that every week from a fan perspective. The motherfucking Saints podcast, hosted by yours truly, Mr. Headquarters, where we're gonna be deep diving into the Saints. Also, the motherfucking Pelicans podcast, also part of our network of sports. We also have hosted by myself as well, where we deep dive into the Pelicans as well, from the day-to-day perspective. And that's going to be coming later on, probably next month in October, at the beginning of October. But for right now, the Saints podcast will probably be dropping later on this week. Stay tuned and be looking out for that. It'll probably have some links in the description below for wherever you're watching or listening to this podcast. With that being said, E,
yes sir,
give us what you your perspective of this off season coming into this new season before we get into these games.
This off season was a lot of changing faces, a lot of trying to get better. A lot of teams have gotten better. A lot of teams have actually gotten significantly worse. As far as I know, the Ravens have actually added a huge, and I mean huge, piece to their offensive arsenal. Derrick Henry will no longer be in Titans uniform. He will now be in Ravens color. And if anybody knows about the legendary Ravens versus Titans rivalry back in the day, them Titans can't stand each other. So I know that game probably coming up is next on their list. That's going to be a huge game for Derrick Henry. The Eagles have another running back on their list, actually, another changing of the guard. The Giants have jumped ship. Saquon Barkley, well, formerly a Giant, he has jumped ship to the Philadelphia Eagles, who is a rivalry of theirs as well. That is a heated rivalry. That's going to be a huge, huge game going forward. And then, of course, as you know, I'm a diehard Saints fan, just as well as Beanie Man, Mr. A.K. Mr. Headquarters is. We always been trying to keep up with these Saints as well, too. I'm not going to lie to you, boss man. I'm very, very iffy about my Saints this year.
Uh-oh. What you mean by that?
I'm very, very iffy about my Saints, man. What
you iffy about, man?
It's not looking good.
Say what you mean. What you iffy about? Come on.
It's quarterback play, offensive line. The defense don't look like they got cohesiveness. It's not going to be a good season. I'm not even going to try to get my hopes up,
Kool-Aid, man. Don't tell me you're drinking the Kool-Aid that the rest of the media is saying about the Saints, right?
Man, I'm not even going to try to get my hopes up, bro. I'm really not.
Wow.
I'm not even going to try to get my hopes up this year, man. Hey, whatever happens. I'm pulling for him. I'm going to pull for him as best as I can, but it would not surprise me by anything the Saints do these years. It will not surprise me.
So,
because I stand by what I say, Benny. We have not drafted a quarterback in so long. Until the Saints draft themselves a quarterback, that's when I'll know, hey, change is gonna come. Right now,
so why does it have to be why does it have to be a quarterback being drafted?
We never drafted one in so long. We keep adding pieces.
I mean, did we now win one without drafting a quarterback?
We won one without drafting a quarterback. Yes, we did, but we can't keep going to that well
without drafting a quarterback.
Here's the thing: you look at these young quarterbacks throughout this league right now. I'm not talking about just Patrick Mahomes in general. I'm talking about these other teams that have drafted quarterbacks and preparing themselves for the future. Like, that's the mantra that we have to go in. Like, the changing of the guard has now arrived. You have to get yourself a young quarterback and try to build that team around him in order to get the most out of him before you spend money on him, which is what's happening right now. Trevor Lawrence has got a huge contract. Who else got a huge contract besides Trevor Lawrence? I want to say
that's a contract that they had to give him too.
There's a contract they had to give him, but still in all, you got to capitalize on what you have around this young.
If you Jacksonville, are you happy giving that contract to him?
You had no choice.
That's not what I asked you. I said, are you happy that you gave that contract to him?
Here's the thing.
Is Jacksonville happy with that contract with Trevor Lawrence?
I would say yes, because who else are you going to get? I mean, he's the best thing that you had since sliced bread.
But sometimes
if you want to look at, if you want to be honest.
But sometimes the best money is the money that you don't spend. So, I mean, just because you have the money don't mean you got to spend it.
True. But that's why I say you want to cap. That's if you really look at what the teams are doing now before they pay these quarterbacks. Like, look at Houston.
Mm-hmm.
One could argue CJ Stroud should be getting paid right now the way he's been performing.
Well, I mean, with the rookie pay scale, I mean, it's the way it is. The way it is.
But you got him on a rookie contract, and they're adding pieces and they're building teams around him. That way they can get the most out of this kid before that contract comes into play. Because probably this is what CJ Stroud's he's about to be in his second year, correct?
Yeah, second year.
Third year, it's probably going to be around that contract time. Third or fourth year, it's probably going to be around that contract time.
Yeah,
So
maybe so.
at this point, with the teams the way they're constructing these quarterbacks now, it's like you got to find yourself a young quarterback who's going to be there for the longest. Like we could count it right now. Jalen Hurts, Patrick Mahomes, Joe Burrow, Lamar Jackson, those four guys in general is going to be around for a long, long time. They ain't going nowhere. And that's four quarterbacks right off the rip. I'm not counting the other ones. I'm not even counting Justin Herbert. I'm not even counting Trevor Lawrence. Those guys are set. But at the same time, they're getting younger. And we're going with an old used car, so to speak, when just investing in trying to get a new one. That's my whole thing.
Right.
It's time, man. We I get it. The Drew Brees experiment worked. We got a championship out of it. We went to free agency. We got lucky with Drew Brees. Okay, you tried dipping into that well again. Now you got Derek Carr. So let me ask you this, Bob. So let me answer that question that you posed earlier about posing another one. Were you happy that the Saints gave Derek Carr all that money?
Not at all. Not at all. And I tell you this, I was happy that we got a quarterback, but I wasn't happy for the amount of money that we got him for.
Exactly.
So I felt like we weren't really going up against any other team for the amount of money that he was asking for, So I mean, I feel like the number could have came down. So now on top of that, I felt like you really wasn't getting that much of an upgrade from the quarterbacks that you had previously to what you had with Derek Carr. I feel like you could have got the same amount of production for cheaper value in Jameis Winston.
You could have.
Now,
I wouldn't
I
have
get it.
mind that.
I get it. Now, I get it. Your head coach has a familiarity with the quarterback. He drafted him previously. He didn't get a chance to finish what he had going on in his previous position
I get
at
that.
a whole another place out there and with the Raiders. So I get all that. But my thing is, I have a coach, an unproven quarterback. We have a bunch of unproven leaders who have failed in a whole nother situations elsewhere. So I'm looking at that from the standpoint that the Saints don't have much going on for them other than that defense. Now, on top of that, the offense is suspect. The offensive line is suspect. Even on the defensive side, the pass rush is suspect, even though you have a good front seven. Great secondary. The secondary is probably the best part of the team. Overall, yeah. I mean, Marshawn Lattimore might be your best player on this team. And nobody
He is
probably
the
is going
best
to say
player.
that out loud.
He is the
So,
best player.
and then you got a whole bunch of great players around him. So the offense still has key players that can still make a mark. But I mean, I don't know. I mean, can Kamara keep going? Jamal Williams looked like he was done last year. Derek Carr's unproven. The offensive line is all right. Chris Olave can't do it by himself. Shahid Shani. Damn, can't get his name right. Rashid Shaheed. He
Right.
is a good speedster, but he is small for a
He's
number
a
two
streaker at
option.
best,
He's
man.
maybe a slot guy, but not a number two.
He's a slot. That's
Um,
it.
but I mean, you also get your tight end back from last year. I'm blanking on his name right now.
Juwan Johnson.
Juwan Johnson. Juwan Johnson comes back. He had a lot of injuries last year. He had a great year before that. So hopefully you get back to everything that got us where we was 2 years ago offensively, because last year wasn't it. Defensively, I mean, the last few years, I mean, they've been pretty stout. So like I expect, like anybody else, expects the defense to still be good like they were previously. Um, You added some key pieces on the defensive line to help out Cam Jordan and Carl Granderson. Granderson, who led the team in sacks. Like I said, Marshawn Lattimore is the best probably player overall on this team. You also got the Honey Badger back there also as well. You got Paulson Adebo. The team is loaded. You know what I'm saying? DeMario Davis in the middle. So I mean, you got a lot of multiple factors. You got, in my opinion, you got a Super Bowl caliber defense, but the offense got so many holes in it. It probably gonna keep you and prevent you from doing what you really want to do with this team.
And the thing about
But
the thing about it is just like you said. Nowadays, with this new league, you can't win on defense alone. You got to have an offense. Offense now, it's the changing of the guard is like I said, and we've got to get on board with it. The old guard was defense wins championships. Now that's not the case. Defense can give you a chance. Your offense got to win.
well, yeah, I mean, you still got to put points on the board at the end of the day.
Still got to put points on the board. The offense wins championships.
Now, unless
the
your defense can
give
score,
you a chance.
Unless it's the Ravens defense back in the early 2000s where they defense was actually scoring points.
You ain't got that no more. You ain't got that no more. That's my squad.
Yeah,
so I mean,
squad. Like, you got to put points on the board. Yeah,
yeah. That's my squad. You got to put points on the board now.
Now we're gonna do an over under, maybe if we have time. But not today. We're gonna go into these picks.
All right, so week 1 of the NFL season starts on Thursday. Of course, we got the Thursday night football game, beginning of the season game, season opener. It is an AFC Championship rematch. The Ravens this time will be on the road, and they will go up against boss man's man, Patrick Mahomes. For this segment, ladies and gentlemen, I will tell you right now, Kansas City Chiefs will no longer be called the Kansas City Chiefs on this show. It is simply going to be called Patrick Mahomes and them. Me personally, I'm gonna make this real quick. Patrick Mahomes has actually sold me.
Well, hold up. Before you go there, let me get this eyes in there real quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
So the Chiefs are favored by 3.5.
That sounds about right. And to be honest, Patrick Mahomes has sold me now. This dude here, apparently the Kansas City Chiefs are saying, we got Patrick Mahomes, y'all don't. We don't care how we utilize him. We don't care how many players. I don't care if we plug and play or not. This kid is doing it for us. And until we see otherwise, we are going to ride with him. So with that being said, Ravens has the talent to win this game, but with those odds about, like you said, if they favor by 3.5, my head is telling me to go with the Chiefs. My heart wants to go with the Ravens, but my head is telling me to go with the Chiefs. So I'm going with the Chiefs. And I don't want to.
But so sad and shit.
Look, I really don't want to because it's Derrick Henry. It's Derrick Henry and Lamar Jackson. This game should easily be won, but I know for a fact them Andy Reid.
You're forgetting who on the other side of the field.
Yeah,
greatness is on the other side of the field, like you said earlier.
Absolutely.
Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce, Andy Reid. Who else am I forgetting on the defensive side? I always forget
Chris Jones.
Chris Jones.
Can't forget his name.
All these people are probably Hall of Famers. Anyway, ain't no problem. All these people are just
all of them are Hall of Famers. Andy Reid, Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce, and Chris Jones. They go into the Hall of Fame.
Every single one of them. So here's the thing, man. People need to put the respect on Patrick Mahomes' name. I know he got a lot of annoying ass motherfuckers around him. I get it. But you got to remember, the man can ball out when the game is on the line. He got the ball in his hand. He got a little bit of room to run around and find people to get the ball to. He gonna make shit happen. So y'all got to make sure y'all respect that motherfucker. So first thing first, respect it. Put the big ass rings on their fingers. You know what I'm saying? To show how many rings is it now? 3?
Yeah, he's got 3.
3 rings Not quite Tom Brady, but
Not yet.
the closest thing going right now.
Not yet. He don't count him out yet. He got a
halfway
surefire
there.
chance of
He halfway there.
chance of catching Tom Brady.
He halfway there.
He halfway there.
But yeah, man.
Ridiculous.
I think this is. But now on the other hand, I don't want to dismiss, like you said, the Ravens got a fire squad on their side. Picking up Derrick Henry over there with the Baltimore Ravens, along with Lamar Jackson, the running team that they got already, the running game that they got already. This is a make or break year for Baltimore, I believe. Though I think this might be a situation where they have to get this going, or else they might have to break up key components of this team.
You hit the nail on the head, Lamar. You can. I love Lamar Jackson, but I would say besides Patrick Mahomes, this man is literally the best quarterback in the league. The only person he has not been able to beat in the regular season, but the only person he has not been able to beat in the playoffs is Patrick Mahomes. Every time he comes against that motherfucker, that boy just falls short. Every single time. Yeah. Anybody else, he wins. When he see that orange and white, when he see that red and white, he know it. Yeah, you gotta beat him this time, man. You got to find a way to get to the playoffs and beat Patrick Mahomes, because that's the only thing that's standing. I would make a legitimate argument. If Patrick Mahomes wasn't in the AFC, Lamar Jackson would be in the AFC championship every year. That's a fact.
Are you sure about that? You sure you don't want to say your boy in Buffalo, your buddy in San Diego? I mean,
you beat him.
I know you got a couple other favorite quarterbacks out there in the AFC.
Lamar beat him. I would say Josh. I could say Josh Allen. I could say Josh Allen.
You know who else beat him?
Who? Patrick
Mahomes.
Patrick Mahomes beat him.
Patrick Mahomes.
He did.
All right,
twice.
I'm going Chiefs. Chiefs in the shootout. Thursday night football, week 1. I'm going 31-27 Chiefs at home.
I'll take the same thing. That's a damn good
All right,
score.
next game.
Next game is a little bit different now that we've added extra games here, ladies and gentlemen. So the next game is a Friday night game. Instead of Friday night lights going to the high schools, you could catch yourself a Friday night NFL game. This will be the Green Bay Packers going on the road to face the Philadelphia Eagles.
Now, this is going to be out of the country, right?
Yeah, this one's out of the country.
Now,
in Brazil. Brazil.
And fucking Brazil. A regular season game in a foreign country. I don't know why. I don't know why this game is in Brazil, but
I don't know why either. But it's in Brazil.
Philadelphia is the home game. If I'm an Eagles fan, how can you not feel played? Like
you do.
You're losing a home game.
You do
for this.
You do.
It's just stupid. But anyway,
I'm telling you right now,
Philadelphia.
I'm gonna tell you right now, the city of Philly is cussing the NFL out right now.
Well, for some reason, Philly is favored in this game. I don't even know how you even get a line for this game, but
Why
Philly
are you so
is
surprised
favored.
about that?
I mean, I guess I see. I guess so. But I would have put this at a push, or like even at least.
You betting on Jordan
It's a neutral
Love?
site. It's a neutral site.
Yeah, but you got to look at the overall team. If you look at the overall team, Eagles is loaded. Eagles is very much loaded right
by
now.
2.5. I mean,
they loaded.
I mean, we thought the same thing last year.
Yeah, but now you add Saquon Barkley to the mix. That team loaded, and Saquon Barkley, I'm still sold on him.
Yeah, you're right about that. Now look, I didn't forget about that part.
Yeah, and I'm gonna tell you right now, Saquon Barkley, I'm not trying to count him out at all yet, because when he right, when he right, he
stay
is
healthy.
right. Yeah, you gotta stay healthy. But when he stays healthy, that boy is literally the best damn back in football. Next to Derrick Henry.
We'll see.
Yeah.
Like I said, the Eagles are favored by 2.5. What you think about this game? Anything
Odds are for
anything
that
of
2.5
note?
to not bet on this game. But I would say as far as a winner goes,
Well, hold up now. You got the one and only, the arguably the best receiver in the league on one side of the field now.
who?
Tyreek Hill.
Tyreek Hill is in the Miami Dolphins, boy.
I'm tripping. This is my bad.
This is Eagles.
Philly,
Yeah,
Green
you
Bay.
tripping. You
Philly, Green Bay. I'm thinking about Miami.
That's that Negro weed that you smoking, bro. Stay off of that.
Hey, man, don't be telling my business. Hey, so hey, so all right, that makes more sense. I can see why. All right,
Yeah,
I can see
Eagles.
why I feel his favorite. Yeah.
Eagles.
Um,
AJ Brown, Devontae Smith.
I still wouldn't count Green Bay out of this game, but yeah, I understand. I understand why they're favorite. Yeah, I'm gonna roll with that. I'm gonna roll with Philadelphia to win this game, 27-14, Philly.
27-21. It's going to be a close game. However, being that the odds are Eagles are favored by 2, I would not bet this game at all. I would not. I would not. As much as you told me about teams being favored by 2 points in those games, that's the kind of games you stay away from. I'm learning myself. That's the type of games you stay away from. Neutral site, stay away from those games.
Well, Vegas by this point spread is assuming that this game is going to be kind of close. So
yeah, I'll stay away from that one. We're going to get to our game last, as we always do on the motherfucking sports show. The next game up is we got the Vikings going on the road Sunday at 12 o'clock versus the Giants, the New York Giants, the newly reconstructed New York Giants, who is now leaning on Daniel Jones. This game,
the Vikings are favored by 1.5 on the road.
This game to me, sir, is truly ain't nobody care.
And that's correct, right? The New York Giants are at home for this game.
The New York Giants are at home for this game, and the Vikings are on the road. And I'm going to take a phrase by the great Deion Sanders. Ain't nobody care.
Yeah, this is a early signs
Ain't nobody care.
Two teams that ain't going to be doing shit come
At
playoff
all.
time. So, presumably. Now, Minnesota has a new quarterback, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Who's their quarterback now?
I don't even know his name. That's how bad it is.
Sam Darnold is their starting quarterback?
Oh, hell no. Ain't nobody care. Let's move on. Moving along.
Wait a minute.
Moving along. Moving along. Moving along. Don't even try to read into it, B. Boss man. Don't even try to read into it. Just moving along. Go read into it. He trying to figure this out.
All right.
He trying to figure this out. Come on, bro.
So,
don't read into it. Moving along.
They drafted JJ McCarthy from Michigan.
Yeah.
They got Sam Darnold, who's probably going to be the starter. Now, don't keep this in mind. I haven't looked at any of this stuff beforehand, so we might have this shit wrong. But I haven't looked at the starters. I believe Sam Darnold is the starter going into this game.
If they drafted JJ McCarthy like that, I think they said they was going to start him. Sam Darnold is the backup. Sam Darnold ain't played.
Can we get confirmation? I'll tell you what. I'm gonna keep talking while you look that up.
Yeah, let me look that up.
Meanwhile, let's be honest here. Both of these teams suck like a motherfucker. Like these two teams is straight ass. You got on one end, you have a team that had a chance to make the playoffs and even win a division last year, but went through like about 4 or 5 quarterbacks last year before they decided that they was going to just tank the rest of the season. In the Minnesota Vikings, and then
Yep.
on the other hand, you had the New York Giants, who had the best player on their team that they allowed to walk away in free agency for nothing, not a damn thing, to a division rival on top of that, to make things even worse. So, and then help make them title contenders. So you got two pathetic ass teams in the NFC. Like it's just hard to make this shit up. You got the New York Giants and the Minnesota Vikings. It's really hard to tell who's even worse out of this whole scenario, but I would kind of give the edge to New York because Daniel Jones has been in the league a couple years.
Oh, hell to the no.
But I know
Play my song for this.
know
What I'm about to say.
I do
Play my song
know
for this.
I do know Minnesota has some weapons on
No,
offense,
I ain't
especially
talking about
Justin
that.
Jefferson.
I ain't talking about that, Benny. Sorry about that. But play my song for this. But Sam Darnold is expected to be starting quarterback for the Minnesota Vikings.
Okay, see, that's what I figured.
Hell to the
Hell no, to the no. Yeah.
That's what I figured. I was like, I figured he was gonna start because they're trying to protect McCarthy.
I guess, but they ain't nobody care. This I'm moving along. I'm sorry. Push it to the limit. Rick Ross. Let's move it along.
God damn, I know that was
already. You know it was coming already.
I'm gonna actually pick this game. I'm gonna roll with
You ain't learned yet.
I'm gonna roll with the Vikings.
All right.
I'm gonna roll with the
Which score?
Vikings to win this game 17-10. 17-10 Minnesota.
Next game, ladies and gentlemen, we got the oh Lord, another one. Oh God. All right. Patriots are going on the road, ladies and gentlemen, to go to Cincinnati to face the Bengals. Another 12 o'clock game.
God damn. So this is another terrible game. Cincinnati is favored by 7.5 at home against the New England Patriots. New head coach. No more Bill Belichick. In comes Gerard Mayo.
Yep.
Head coach.
Another black head coach. So that's good. Another black head coach.
Never would have thought I'd seen that coming out of Boston.
Never would have thought I'd seen that coming for the Patriots. Not for the Patriots.
Yeah.
Not in not in New England. Not in Boston.
That shit was surprising.
Not in Boston. Definitely not in Boston. That's Boston, Massachusetts, sir. That's
salute.
Boston, Massachusetts. That's Boston,
salute
Massachusetts.
To that, man. Salute.
Mayo. Salute you too, dog. Hey, salute to you, bro. Hopefully you can make some shake up there because I'm telling you right now, you ain't winning in Boston. Woo-wee. Lord have mercy.
Well, not right now. They have a lot of holes and a lot of problems across the board, top to bottom.
Yeah.
On that team, they have a decent kind of defense, but I mean, they got a lot of work on offense.
Yeah. They gotta find out who that quarterback is first.
For New England?
Yeah, I mean, I think they said Mac Jones went to Jacksonville. He's behind Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah, that's true.
Which was crazy.
Well, remember they had the number 3 pick.
Mm-hmm.
They had the number 3 pick, and they drafted a quarterback. They drafted Drake May.
Yeah,
from North Carolina.
So we'll see how he does. But you going against Joe Burrow? You going against a healthy Joe Burrow now?
Now I don't know who's the starter though. I know they signed Jacoby Brissett.
It don't matter. You going against a healthy Joe Burrow?
No, I get that. Well, I'm gonna do the intro on this one. Why don't you look up to see who's the starter this week for this week 1? But in the meantime, like I said, the Bengals are favorite 7.5 in this game. The return of smoking Joe Burrow, the LSU boy from down south, has returned back into the Cincinnati's starting lineup after being injured most of last season. Now comes the chance to go up against a layup win week 1 against the New England Patriots, who are rebuilding from scratch. They tore down the entire team, from coach to front office to back office, everything. So from now it is on Gerard Mayo, the first black head coach in Boston,
Snap
to
now.
get a chance to try to get things going out there, man. I think he has a good chance.
Yeah, but he about to ruffle the feathers.
I'm not sold on
Bring me
Drake
back in.
May.
Bring me back in because he about to ruffle the feathers.
All right, so who is starting week 1 for New England?
He ruffling feathers right now.
Starting a rookie?
First year Patriots head coach Gerard Mayo, he actually named Jacoby Brissett the starter over Drake
I'm not mad
May.
with that. Yeah, I'm not mad with that.
Yeah, but the thing about it is Drake May been showing his ass off in preseason, and not too many people are excited about that in Boston.
They'll be all right. They'll be all right.
Boston.
See, New England's playing the long game.
Whatever game you
They're
playing,
not trying to win.
Whatever game you playing,
and I like it. I'm cool with it. I mean, you trying to protect.
I ain't got no problem with it. Boston ain't got no problem with it. I'm gonna tell you that right now. From what the reports say, Boston ain't got no
looking at that offensive line and it's like, all right, I know what I got out here. Who can protect them?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it.
No problem with it, but clearly Boston fans do. So hey, we'll leave that alone.
So what do you think?
Y'all decide.
What do you think?
Well, I know for one thing, Bengals is going to be. I got Bengals as a question mark because, of course, it all leans on how healthy Joe Burrow can be. I will say this: we could talk about Josh Allen, we could talk about Lamar Jackson, all we want.
Mm-hmm.
Joe Burrow has been that quarterback that has been proven he can beat Patrick Mahomes when he's healthy. Only once, but it mattered.
Only once when it mattered.
Only once when it matters. So he's proven he can beat him. Now, the question is, can he stay healthy? The question is, can the pieces step up around him? Because I think they lost Higgins. I don't know if Higgins is still there. That's on the other side of Jamar Chase. I want to say he's still there. He may not be there, but I have to definitely try to double back and look at that. But if I'm going to have to pick a winner out of this one, I'm going with the Bengals.
I'm gonna do a deep dive video on my own.
Yeah,
that's gonna come out later in this week, and I'm gonna do a deep dive for each team. So be on the lookout for that, everybody. So stay tuned for that.
Yeah, so if I'm going to pick a winner right now, I'm gonna have to say, even though I don't want to, I'm gonna have to go with the Bengals on this one. And how many points you said they were favored by? 7. I ain't gonna lie, Gerard Mayo. Yeah. I really don't want this to happen to you, but you're gonna have to suffer.
Bengals are favored by 7.5.
Yeah, I really don't want this to happen to you, Gerard. But in your first in as a head coach, but you're gonna have to have some growing pains, and this is gonna be one of them.
You're gonna have to learn.
You're gonna have to learn to get. You're gonna have to learn to get through a blowout, and this is what's gonna be a blowout. So I'm gonna say 27-7.
Yeah, what's the score?
27-7.
Yeah, I'm with that. I'm gonna say Bengals win 28-10.
Yeah, it's going to be a blowout. You're going to have to learn to get through it. Growing pains of the NFL. So moving on to the next game. The next game at 12 o'clock is the new look Steelers going up against the Atlanta Falcons, the damn dirty birds. And
I was
this
surprised by
game,
this. I was surprised by this.
I'm telling you right now, is going to piss me off both ways.
There's a lot of belief
two quarterbacks that have literally stolen money from the NFL.
There's a lot of belief that the Falcons are good this year. I don't know why.
I don't
or
see it.
Or at least better than what they were last year.
I don't see it.
And that doesn't speak a lot about the NFC South, but I am surprised to see that they are favored in this game going up against Pittsburgh, because I feel like a lot of people are not on expectations of Pittsburgh this year is kind of low.
They are.
Atlanta is favored by the 3 points at home against Pittsburgh.
I can see that. And to be honest,
you see that?
Yeah. And to be honest,
tell me why.
To be honest, I would love to have Mike Tomlin as a head coach, but this could be the year where we're going to have to start looking at Mike Tomlin as non-losing seasons ain't going to cut it no more, bro. You got to have to try to get yourself another championship, or get
wow, really.
And I hate to look at that from a standpoint of that, but when you look at how long he's had Big Ben stayed way longer than what he should have. He kind of hindered them. So
Big Ben came from a different regime before him.
Right. So now you're in a position where you got 2 quarterbacks. Now, here's my thing. During the preseason, Russell Wilson, you only got the starting job based on you being a veteran. You didn't show up or show out at all.
Yeah.
And to be honest, neither did Justin Fields. So I'm going to go with somebody who once told me a long time ago, if you're the type of team that you have 2 quarterbacks, guess how many you have? You have none.
Well, I don't know if I believe that nowadays, because a lot of teams right now have 2 decent quarterbacks on this squad.
But you got to find that one guy that stands out.
And I forgot
even though Drew Brees.
When I looked at Atlanta for a second,
mm-hmm.
I forgot about the big ass free agent pickup that they had in the offseason. It was Kirk Cousins.
How in the hell this dude keeps getting damn money?
But you also had them drafted.
Just answer me that. Just answer me.
It's drafted. Hold on. They drafted. They also drafted Michael Penix. So
Mike Penix.
They have 2 high caliber quarterbacks on this team. One obviously is going to be learning from the other, but still, if Kirk Cousins goes down, then Penix is going to have to step up sooner than later.
Right.
So, but yeah, it makes sense though. I mean, looking at the running back that they got, looking at some of the key players that they got, Drake London, Bijan Robinson, and everybody else on that offensive side, I could see this team being a problem. I could see being an issue. And let's not forget Carolina wasn't working on a whole lot. Tampa Bay wasn't working on a whole lot. And New Orleans has their own issues. So the NFC South is up for grabs. I can see it, but I still think that Pittsburgh is a team to watch out for, and I still have them pictured to make the playoffs this season. this is gonna be my first time going against the spread. I think I'm going with Pittsburgh to win this game in the upset game on the road. I'm calling Pittsburgh to win this game 28-24.
I'm gonna say it like this. When I look at the Steelers and Falcons, I'm not going with either quarterback. I'm not going on quarterback play on this one. So let's look at this from two factors, okay? You have Bijan Robinson representing the Atlanta Falcons, and you got Najee Harris representing the Steelers. Now, out of those two backs, who you want to go with?
Wait, say that again.
If you got to go, if you're not basing this off a quarterback play, because neither quarterbacks to me is proven. So if we're going to base this off a straight quarterback play, a straight running back play, if you got to go with Bijan Robinson and Najee Harris, who you taking?
I'm taking Robinson.
You taking Robinson, okay?
Yeah.
Now, if you got to go with the better defense, who you taking?
I'm taking Steelers defense.
Okay, then. So if that's the case, I'm taking Najee Harris. Even though Bijan Robinson is a damn good back, damn good one, I like Najee Harris. So I'm gonna go with Najee Harris, and I'm gonna go with the defense that's better on paper than it is on the field than it is on paper. I'm going with the Steelers in this one. I could see this being a low scoring game, 17-10. It would behoove Steelers to make it a low scoring game. It would behoove Steelers to make this a low scoring game.
I thought about it. I'm gonna change my score. My decision hasn't changed on who wins it. But you're right. I had to think about all the weapons that the Steelers lost on offense.
You still got Pickens now. You still got Pickens out wide.
That's about it.
And that's it. But if you got to focus on that running game, and if you got to focus on that defense,
I'm gonna say 21-17 Steelers.
Good with me.
21-17.
Moving along to the next game, it's going to be Texans versus the Colts. Texans are going to be on the road and going on the road to face the Colts. That's another 12 o'clock game on Sunday. You're going to pretty much of the quarterbacks, you're going to have Richardson, who is representing the Colts, going against
the return.
This young gun, CJ Stroud.
The return of the duel that was supposed to be last year, between them two.
Yeah.
And Richardson looked good in the first few games here. He did get a chance to play. He did look pretty good. But like I said, we get the return of Anthony Richardson. We get CJ Stroud season 2 after coming off of the Rookie of the Year season. I like this game. This is a great matchup. This might be one of the best two quarterbacks in the league for years to come, coming out of the AFC South, which could potentially put the Texans and Colts in the top echelon of the teams moving forward in the next 10 years if they can keep these players on the team. So who do you think is gonna win this game? Because before I get into that, you got Houston is -2.5 favorite. But who do you think is gonna win this game?
Texans. I'm going with CJ Stroud. CJ Stroud showed his behind these past couple of years. This past year was his rookie year. He was sensational, and they just added Stephon Diggs. They've added a lot of pieces. Joe Mixon, formerly Bengals, he's now on the Texans now. So they've added
Stephon Diggs.
They traded for Stephon Diggs, and they got a big time running back in Joe Mixon. I'm going with the Texans.
I forgot about the Joe Mixon pickup too. I'm not really sold on them at the running back position with Joe Mixon. It just makes me think that they'll be able to, be fast coming out of the backfield, not necessarily
You could say that,
running
but
between the tackles too much.
one of the things I said when Bengals went to their first Super Bowl in a long, long time, and they went up against the Rams, and I said this on the show. You can go back and pull the tape. The ball was in the wrong Joe's hands. Joe Mixon was killing them.
I agree. Joe Mixon is a game changer at times. Yeah,
he's a game changer at times. When you get him into those big lights and you give him the ball, he can make something happen for you. So for him, I think the Texans now has grown smart. I'm pulling for DeMeco Ryans. That's a hell of a coach now, and he's gravitated towards it. And you got to think a defensive-minded coach getting along with his quarterback in CJ Stroud. That's rarely the case.
Yeah.
So
we're agreeing too much, man. I don't like this shit.
I don't like it either, but hey, I call like I see it. I told you I've been keeping up with it, but not too much. But I'm going.
Yeah, I agree, man. Houston, I'm with Houston going to win this game. I'm calling it 24-14 Houston on the road. Next game.
Next game is the Arizona Cardinals will go on the road. It's another Sunday game. We'll go on the road to face the Bills. Now, this one here,
the motherfucking Bills.
I will come on the record and saying this. Josh Allen has no more excuses.
I don't want to hear that shit now. I don't want to hear that.
Oh, I'm a man of my word. No. Listen to me. I'm a man of my word. I'll come on this show and say it. This is the motherfucking podcast.
Put this man on the cover of Madden like he won a championship. They gave this man. They've been parading this man around as if he's a Hall of Famer. They've been parading this man around as if he's the top quarterback in the league. He is not. Stop it.
It's the best thing. It's the best quarterback the Bills had in a long time. So how do you?
I don't care.
So how can you not tell him that?
Sit his ass down. He in Buffalo. Okay, first and foremost. But let's stop acting like this man is came and did a whole lot. He got to the AFC Championship game once, maybe twice.
Yes, and
was
he
it
has
twice or one.
He's faced Patrick Mahomes twice
and lost two times. All right. So after being Patrick Mahomes' bitch, he can't get to the Super Bowl. I mean that respectfully. So after getting bitched out by Patrick Mahomes, can't get to the Super Bowl, living up to the hype of Buffalo folklore of not being able to get to the fucking Super Bowl and winning it.
Buffalo Bills is just
I'm just sick. I'm not gonna say that. I'm just sick of them overhyping this motherfucker. Like he got some talent. Now they traded away Stephon Diggs.
He is very, very talented. He just turns the ball over at the most opportune time. I will say that
he fumbles the ball a whole lot. That needs to be studied.
Fumbles and he turns it over he opportune
fumbles
time.
A lot.
And one could argue that the quarterback that he's facing does the same damn thing.
True. But now you took away his best weapon.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna see how he gonna respond to that.
And you took away Josh Allen's best weapon and Stephon Diggs. DeAndre Hopkins no longer the Cardinals no more.
By no means should they lose this game to the Cardinals. How do you feel about the Cardinals quarterback?
What you want me to say to him? Unless they tell me he's been studying more. That's the only thing I want to hear.
Studying more. I mean, do you think he's good? Do you think he's gonna get better? Do you think he's just mediocre?
To be honest, Josh Allen is to me, Josh Allen should easily win this game because Kyler Murray, until Kyler Murray proves otherwise, like you really should have went to baseball.
Kyler Murray does have electric capability in him, though. He can take over a game.
So does Josh
We've seen
Allen
him do it.
does. So does Josh Allen. So if we gonna keep it a buck, let's keep it a buck. Both of these guys have electrical potential. Like I said, Josh Allen is highly talented. He has
Buffalo.
superstar talent. The problem is with both of these quarterbacks, they turn the ball over at the most opportune time. One just turns the ball over because he makes stupid decisions. One turns the ball over because he doesn't even know his damn plays. He don't even know what the hell he's doing.
Well, Buffalo is favorite 6.5 in this game. I'll say this. This is a make or break season for Kyler Murray, too, and the Cardinals because of the fact that, one, he's finally going to be healthy. Last year, I think you would have to give a pass because he had missed a significant amount of time.
That's fine.
Coming back, getting healthy, rehabbing, and all that good shit. Now they rebuild. You had some early draft picks. You had a chance to retool the team. All that shit. They should be ready to go. I still don't think that they're gonna be ready. I think they have a chance to be a good team, though. I do. I think the Cardinals have a chance to be a good team, slightly.
Slightly. Do they have the chance to be a good team or not? Hell no.
But the NFC West is loaded. I think the rest of the NFC is kind of weak. So I think they have a chance to make the playoffs or at least get close and sniff it. I don't think they're going to make it, but I think they'll get close. And I like Kyler Murray. I think he has a chance. If he can get his shit together, I think he can actually make some noise.
That's a big fat
But in this game, though, I think Buffalo should take care of business. Buffalo wins this game 27-21 in my prediction. Who you got?
I got the Bills, but I can't call that what the score is. I got to see, but I'm picking the Bills to win. I'm not calling no score on this one. I'm picking the Bills to win.
Like you're a junkie over there. He's like, I don't know. I got at that betting itch.
Yeah, buddy. I'm beard growing. Next up on the tap is another 12 o'clock game again. Tennessee Titans will go on the road to face Chicago and to basically face the Bears. Caleb Williams, this will be his first start. Titans, at this point, I don't think they have a quarterback. I think they still have Ryan Tannehill.
No, I don't think Tannehill is the quarterback, is he? I see the Bears is favored by 4. God damn, I gotta look this shit up.
Will Levis is the starting quarterback for the Tennessee Titans.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Will Levis, from last season. And Caleb Williams. Now, Will Levis, big arm, not very accurate. I think he was a little overhyped. Second round pick, I think, 2 years ago, something like that. I think he's a stopgap quarterback. I don't think he's anything special. I think he's pretty much stuck in a shitty situation because of the fact that they don't have a lot of talent around him to help him out either.
Not anymore. So, you just lost Derrick Henry.
No, you lost everything. I mean, the defense is okay.
That was the whole offense right there in Derrick Henry. You lost everything.
The defense ain't nothing like great. It's like solid, but it's not great. You don't have any real great game-changing talent around you on offense. So you're gonna have to make a lot of shit happen. And I just don't see them being able to make that happen this season. I think Tennessee's gonna be a really shitty season. Chicago has a chance to be kind of slightly better than last year. Slightly, kind of, somewhat.
This is who the hell
better
cares?
I think Chicago gonna be better than Tennessee. Let's start there.
Yeah, but this is ain't nobody care. This to me is push. I'm sorry.
17-14 Chicago. Caleb Williams. I want to see him play though. I want to see him play.
I will see him play, but push. Next up is Jaguars, Jacksonville Jaguars. This is a Florida-based game, ladies and gentlemen. Duval County will go to Miami to face the Dolphins. This is a 12
Miami's
o'clock
favorite
game.
3.5.
Yep, I would imagine so. Speed kills. I'm going with the Dolphins. 35-21.
Oh, you call them 35-21 Dolphins?
Yep.
Goddamn. All right.
Jaguars
Now, we talked about the Jaguars
put up some
earlier.
points.
Yeah, we talked about the Jaguars earlier in the show. But you got the best receiver in the game. Now we talking about the best receiver in the game, arguably.
Tyreek Hill.
There we go. Damn.
Yeah.
I'm getting old, man. Tyreek Hill.
Cheetah.
Tyreek Hill, arguably the greatest receiver, the best receiver in the league.
Yeah, I'm about
I
to
meant
say,
to say the best
the hell.
receiver in the league. The best receiver in the league.
You slow your roll there,
come
sir.
on now. I slowed down, man. I slowed down. I mean, hey, he got the money, he got the bag. He in Miami. He got a championship ring. I mean, life is good. If you Tyreek
Life
Hill,
is good. Life is real
life is
good.
good.
He
Life
ain't,
is
he
great.
ain't been back to the Super Bowl yet, but hey, life is good.
It don't matter. He won one.
He won one. Life. He
So,
ain't been back to the Super Bowl yet. Because you would say that too. If he had Patrick Mahomes back at his quarterback, we would discussing a whole other story.
Yeah, man. He said he good with his quarterback. That's what he said. He said he got his quarterback.
He got his quarterback.
As the ball floats over his head like a balloon.
That's it.
He said he got his quarterback.
That's it.
All right, who you got win? You say you got Miami winning this game?
35-27.
Yeah, I got Miami winning this game too. I told you, man, Jacksonville is overrated. I got Miami winning this game 35-20. Next game.
Next game is oh god. All right. Next game is now we're getting into the 3 o'clock games late in the afternoons. First up is Broncos. The Denver Broncos will go on the road to Seattle to face the Seahawks.
All right.
I'm gonna say this right now, ladies and gentlemen. This to me is ain't nobody kill.
Sean Payton leading the Denver Broncos going into Seattle. No more
Ain't nobody
Pete
kill.
Carroll. Pete Carroll's now gone. Bye-bye.
Ain't
Seattle
nobody kill.
is favorite. Seattle is favored by 5.5. Who's the quarterbacks in these fucking games? who the
Ain't
fuck
nobody kill. Ain't
Who's
nobody
quarterback?
kill.
Can you pull it up for me, please?
Ain't nobody kill.
I mean, you would really have to be a Seahawks fan or a Broncos fan to really care about this game. In 2024, there's not much buzz going around this. Denver
Sean Payton has named Bo Nix as the Broncos starting quarterback.
Yeah, Bo Nix is the fucking starting quarterback. In 2024, we have Bo Nix starting in the NFL. Who's on the other side?
I'm about to pull it up now.
I got an idea, but I'm not
That
certain.
is going to be Geno Smith.
It is Geno Smith. All right, so I wasn't certain if he was still starting.
Yep.
So we got Geno Smith starting, and we got Bo Nix.
Ain't nobody kill.
I'm gonna just simply say I'm gonna go 20-7 Seattle. That's all I'm gonna say.
Push.
All right, next game. Yes, EJ can't even pick this game. Next game.
Ain't nobody kill. Next game, ladies and gentlemen. This I would say this game will probably be another ain't nobody kill. Las Vegas to LA, back to their old hometown.
Now you slipping now. You slipping now. This is a big game right here.
Raiders versus Chargers, ladies and gentlemen, an old school rivalry that's still alive to this day.
Chargers favored by 3. There's a lot of buzz coming out of Raider Nation this year.
A lot of buzz
Antonio
coming out of
Pierce
LA
and
Chargers
company.
too. Jim Harbaugh's back in the NFL.
Yeah, Jim Harbaugh is coaching the Chargers. You got your favorite quarterback over there as well, Justin Herbert. We got
They lost Keenan Allen though.
they did lose Keenan Allen. They traded him away. But Gardner Minshew is the quarterback over there, and
Uncle Rico.
Uncle Rico is the new starting quarterback in
We is
Las
not
Vegas.
calling him by his real name on this show. That is
He is
Uncle Rico.
fitting to
That
go
is
to
Uncle
the
Rico, boy. That is Uncle Rico. We will
You
not
know
call
what?
him by his real name.
Can't talk that shit. You know, Gardner Minshew can ball, man. He got a little
His
game on.
name is Uncle Rico.
The Chargers are
not
favored by
call
3.
him by his real name on this show. His name is Uncle Rico. That's it. And
The
if you
Chargers are favored by 3. Do you think that is correct?
21-14 Chargers. If you
You
telling
think the
me to go,
Chargers-
if you telling me to go with a quarterback in Justin Herbert or Uncle Rico, I'm going Justin Herbert. Damn it!
I agree. I'm
All
going
right.
with goddamn. I
All
agree. I think the Chargers will win this game as well. I don't think it's gonna be about a lot, but I think they'll win. 21-20 Chargers.
Yep.
Close game.
Next up.
Next.
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. This is all for all you Dallas lovers out there. Dallas Cowboys will go on the road to face the
Stop
Cleveland
talking,
Browns.
man. You know you're a closet Cowboy fan.
Shut the hell up. Dallas Cowboys will go on the road to face the Cleveland Browns. Now, that's my sister. She live up in Dallas. Shout out to Tanja. That is Deshaun Watson is back in the saddle now.
Deshaun Watson back in Cleveland. Funny enough, Cleveland has a squad on them, bro.
They do.
Don't sleep on Cleveland this season. If they can get everything together with the offensive scheme, the defense is there. Like, ain't no doubt about that.
But it's still the Cleveland Browns, though.
It's still the Cleveland Browns. The Browns are favored by 2.5. It makes me nervous that knowing that the Browns are fucking favored. It makes me want to bet in the reverse of that shit, just to kind of, you know what I'm saying, to kind of make it go the other way. But I remember it's the Cowboys, so it's like
exactly.
There's too many different factors in here. So
you want it deep down inside.
Dallas,
this is one of those games where you want to say who the hell cares, but at the same time,
this is definitely the year that I think this might be the last season for that. I think this is his last season in Dallas.
Wait, whoa, all right.
I do.
Whoa, okay. So where all
I do.
Come about it, sir.
I do. I think they can only take so long of not winning in Dallas before they can, and I don't think it has nothing to do with Dak per se directly all the way 100%. But I do believe that they're gonna look to make a change somewhere to kind of shake things up, to kind of give them a different direction. And I think that's gonna be the first place that they're gonna go is the quarterback. So I think if they don't win this year or at least get close, Dak is gonna be gone. And I think it starts here. I just don't believe in this team. I'm calling Cleveland to win this game. I'm not confident in it because it's Cleveland, but I'm calling Cleveland to win 24-21 Cleveland.
24-14 Browns.
Okay.
Next up, ladies and gentlemen, we have another 3 o'clock game, 3:25 game. The Washington Commanders will go on the road to go to Florida again. This time they're going to Tampa Bay to face the Buccaneers. This is Jaden Daniels' first game as a starting quarterback, and he will go up against Baker Mayfield.
Baker Mayfield. The Bucks and Baker Mayfield are favored by 3 at home. You said Jaden Daniels, right?
Mm-hmm.
Jaden Daniels. I like
LSU.
Jaden Daniels. I think he can potentially be a great long-term quarterback in the league. But I don't think he has a lot of weapons around him. I think that Tampa Bay should win this game. I think Tampa Bay is going to win this game, but I don't think it's going to be a blowout. I think it's going to be like one of those games where it's kind of like a slow
No. But
slugfest.
I'll
one
say
team's
this.
going to be winning the entire time.
I'll say this. Defensive wise, they lost Chase Young to the 49ers.
Mm-hmm.
However, I want to say they still got that dude McLean outside on the outside as wide receiver. They still got a good, decent running back.
Offense.
Yeah, on offense.
Okay.
Yeah, they still got he's decent. The wide receiver they got over there is decent. The running back that he have over there, he's pretty decent too. He's not a Bijan Robinson, he's not a Saquon Barkley, he's not a Najee Harris, but he's decent. But really and truthfully,
serviceable, man. They're not something to be like, it's nothing like they're gonna make the all. They're not gonna make the Pro Bowl.
But on that type of team, that's really all you needed was him to get you over the hump.
Well, I mean, it's not gonna put you in the playoffs.
No, it's not gonna put you in the playoffs. No. But he'll win you some games. Now, could he get you to the playoffs? Maybe. We'll have to see about that. But as far as this game, Commanders and Buccaneers, I'm probably gonna have to go with the
Bucks.
Yeah,
20-10 Bucks.
I don't want to.
20-10.
20-10.
Yep.
17-10. I say 17-10. They ain't gonna score that many points, but it's gonna be 17-10. All right. With that being said, let's go to the 3 main games that we have. All right. So now we got Sunday Night Football. Sunday Night Football will host the LA Rams, the other LA team. They will go on the road to face the Detroit Lions.
Yep. The Lions are favored by 3.5.
And I could definitely see that. And yeah. This might be a good game. This might be a good game.
These two teams had a major trade that's changed the trajectory of how the rest of the season
Ayuk
looked after that trade. What was it, like 3 years ago?
Mm-hmm.
Something like that. 4 years ago. When they traded quarterbacks and Matt Stafford for
Matthew Stafford is coming home.
And what was the quarterback coming from LA?
Jared Goff. Yep. Jared Goff will face his old.
Jared Goff is good. Jared Goff is actually pretty good.
Yeah.
It's funny because you have to remember and remind yourself that he's actually a pretty decent quarterback.
He all right.
I mean, he's better than. He's better than Bo Nix.
Right.
He's not Bo Nix starting at the quarterback.
But he's still Jared Goff, though. And the thing about it is,
Jefferson.
Nope, he's not Justin Jefferson. And the thing about it is, you look at it from this perspective, Matthew Stafford played down there in Detroit for the good longest with little to nothing around him. Then you take him out of Detroit and he wins a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Matthew Stafford is legit, ladies and gentlemen. So he's going back home. I think this time around, the Detroit area will definitely give him an embrace, and then it's on to business as usual because he's been down there for so long that he pretty much he pretty much earned his right to be traded out of there, and so he's forever in Detroit lore. Jared Goff, that's his new home now, so we'll see how this plays out. They took each other's homes, so let's see how this plays out. But if I'm going to go with a winner, don't get me wrong, I love Dan Campbell. He was a former Saint. I'm gonna have to go with the Rams on this one. If we're going quarterbacks, I gotta go with the Rams.
Really?
And I know Aaron Donald's no longer there, but I'm going with the Rams.
I'm rolling with Detroit on this one. Yeah, I'm going with the Lions. Excuse me. I'm going with the Lions, not the Rams. The Lions with this one. The Rams are still rebuilding. They still got major holes on defense and on offense.
Yeah, they do. But they still got Matthew
Detroit
Stafford.
is a more complete team. I think that the trade is finally starting to sway in Detroit's favor with all those picks that came over and everything else. But as of right now, I'm calling Detroit to win this game 27-17 Detroit at home.
I'm going 27-17 the other way with the Rams. If you're telling me if you're telling me if I'm going to have to choose between two quarterbacks between Matthew Stafford and Jared Goff, I'm going Matthew Stafford.
Okay.
I'm going Matthew Stafford. Next up is we have the Monday night game.
Dun, 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 dun.
Yep. I wish we had the theme for this one. Monday night. Yeah, we need to get that. Monday night, ladies and gentlemen, is the revamped return of Aaron Rodgers on his new team, the New York Jets, to go on the road to San Francisco to face the 49ers.
Aaron Jethro Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers coming back after getting his ass whooped on that first play last season and tearing his Achilles into 1,000 pieces.
Yeah.
The fact that he's even coming back at the Achilles is crazy. It was Achilles, right?
Yeah. Achilles.
Yeah.
Which, if you have an injury in that, which a lot of people have said, if you have an injury in that area, it is hard to come back from that injury.
Especially at that age, too. That's the same injury that took Kobe's career. That's the same injury that's taken a lot of major athletes' careers.
KD was hard to bounce back from that. KD came back. KD came back, but it was hard though.
So San Francisco is favored in this game by 4.
Yep.
San Francisco has always been a title contender every year, almost seems like.
Over that don't go hub.
And
they get there, but they just can't win it. Now, if we want to talk about
their team is stacked. They just missing, in my opinion, if they had a solid quarterback. If they had a great, solid quarterback, I think that they would be in a different position.
Yeah.
That's my
Purdy.
Right. He's good. He's good for what he does. But if they had an Aaron Rodgers, if they had an Aaron Rodgers, if they had a Russell Wilson, if they had a Drew Brees, if they had somebody elite, they would have won the Super Bowl by now.
Yeah.
Hands down. Hands down.
I'm going with the 49ers in this one. I'm going 35-21.
35-21. All right. And shout out to Jock Johnson, man. I know you're a big Jets fan over there.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I got to do it to you, man. But I think the 49ers gonna rough y'all up this week 1. I'm calling the 49ers to win and win big Monday night in a shootout, but still win big, 35-24 49ers.
Keep in mind, Fred Warner, ladies and gentlemen, that's turning out to be one of my favorite linebackers in the game now, next to Demario Davis. With that being said, the last game we're going to talk about, of course, on the MF'N podcast is our favorite team, the New Orleans Saints.
Who that?
Yes, sir. They will be on the road. Nope, they'll actually be at home.
At home.
They'll be at home.
Mm-hmm.
And they will be facing the Panthers.
That's right. The Saints are favored by 3.5.
This should be an easy win. Panthers are straight dog trash. But of course, ladies and gentlemen, as being seasoned Saints fans as we are, you never know when it comes to them doggone Saints.
I think this is going to be a good confidence booster for the Saints. I'm not going to say I'm overlooking this game, but I'm going to say that the Saints talent-wise, they just have way more talent than the Panthers. Now, they do have a new head coach over there. I think they are probably better coached already from what I've seen from them in preseason.
Yep.
The Panthers look like a better team, but I don't think that they still just don't have enough talent-wise. I think Bryce Young looks different. I think he's going to actually be a better than last year. Can't really go much worse than last year. Right. But I think the Saints, on the Saints front side of everything else, the Saints got a lot of things that they got to improve on. The offensive line look like dog shit. The defensive line looks okay-ish. You got Chase Young, Carl Granderson, Cam Jordan, Brian Greasy. I mean, so you got like a lot of good players on this team on that front line. But you just need them to do certain things. A pass rush is one of them. Hopefully, we're getting Chase Young will have additional pass rush. But also, the Saints are lacking in the receiving core. So let's be real. If Chris Olave go down, the Saints in trouble. And he ain't no big receiver. You know what I'm saying? For us to rely on him so heavily, you just waiting for him to go down at one point or another. And have to worry about somebody else having to pick up the load like Rashid Shaheed. Way too tiny for him to be the number one guy if he's got to pick up that load. So I would love to see. I would love to see if the Saints can go make a mid-season trade to go get somebody if they can. I know they strap financially, so if it doesn't happen, I get it. But yeah, they need help. They need help, and that's the two biggest things that I've seen. But as far as this game, I'm picking them to win. But I'll wait to get my score. I'll let you go ahead next, EJ.
Saints should walk on paper. Saints should walk the dog shit out of the Panthers. But like I said before, as we know, you never know with these damn Saints. So with that being said, I'm gonna go with the Saints. This should be a 27-14 game. Should be.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we want to be honest. It should be a 27-7 game, a 28-7 game.
Who you got?
I got the Saints.
All right. I got the Saints as well. The Saints should win this game.
You see my face about it, though. Ain't they too excited about it? I got the Saints, but I got the Saints. I ain't excited about it, but I got the Saints.
24-10 Saints on my end.
I'm not excited about it, but I got the Saints.
Let's go.
28-7. It should be.
All right. We gonna see.
Yeah, we
Well, look,
definitely gonna see.
that's it, man. We ran a little bit long, but we had to make sure we get all these games for week 1. Like I said, I'm gonna be back at it later on in the week. I'm gonna put out some motherfucking Saints content. Also, be on the lookout for some deep dives into these divisions, and each individual team for the NFL season. And predictions for that. I'm gonna get with EJ. He's gonna give me his predictions, and I'm gonna do a recording on that. Send in y'all predictions too. Let me know what y'all think. Who's gonna be good this season? Who's gonna make the playoffs? Who's not gonna make the playoffs? Over unders, shit like that. But in the meantime, you already know what it is. Repping the 225 by way of the 985. To my right, that's EJ the motherfucking DJ.
Yes, sir.
I'm your dog, Beanie Man, aka Mr. Headquarters, repping out of the 504.
Mr. Headquarters taught me.
You already know what it is. It's the motherfucking pod.
Motherfucking pod.